reason. God, I'm so ready. Banning people makes me feel alive. At Trash Round? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have to be. I was going to say I will execute him right now, but then I was like, this is going to be the first 10 seconds of my Factorio VOD, and I'm pretty sure that YouTube's review is not going to like that. I'm going to have to remember to cut this episode in slightly later than when the title screen pops up, I think. Ah, whatever. I don't need the money from one video. The VOD's channel is unmonetized anyway. What are they going to do? Arrest me? Factorio. What are we doing in Factorio today? I think we're basically just like scaling up and rocket prep. Factorio. Factorio. Continue Factorio stream. Can I tell you, by the way? I got the nicest comment that anybody could ever possibly hope to get on one of the VODs that I put up a couple days ago. It was the astronaut stream. And it was the stream where I spent like the first hour and a half of the video talking about guild drama stuff between us and Hate. And first of all, that video is kicking ass right now. Not only is it one of the most watched non-Guild Wars 2 videos on the VOD archive, but it's also like one of the most watched videos period on the VOD archive. So I think I'm definitely going to spin up a like astronauts offline playthrough where I just put the VODs directly up on YouTube. I think it has some pretty severe issues with streaming it as content. It's just an exceptionally slow game to watch. But people really like it, and I am a slave to my algorithm, so I'm going to keep putting it back up. But the comment was, somebody had watched it and was like, came for Astronaut, stayed to listen to an hour and a half of guild drama about people I don't know in a game that I don't play. And I was like, yes, man. you got it. Because I always feel like when discussion topics from Guild Wars 2 carry over into like the non-Guild Wars 2 portion of the stream, that people are like, what the hell is this guy talking about? I'm just here to watch like fucking factories get built. But no, apparently like drama and social conversation about games is really interesting. So that's good to know. Maybe this is the sign that I needed from the heavens to finally pivot into being like a React streamer, like a drama streamer, who just manufactures a bunch of problems and then it boosts himself up with the algorithm. You know, like maybe it's a sign. Not hearing any no's. Great news. Very excited to announce I'll be launching my new men's rights themed podcast shortly. Really excited about that one. I got a lot of interesting ideas I'm looking forward to sharing with y'all. Make sure you subscribe to my Patreon so that I can monetize my grift. I think something like that'll do. So if you weren't here for Factorio when we played it last time, here's the idea. We have 40 oil refineries. We have room to put in a third rack of 20 for 60 total. This is all of our cracking that we will ever need to do, accounting for the fact that eventually we may have 60 producers. Yeah, this is right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this is right. And then you were lube. So we've got all of our cracking. We have lube. There is going to be a lube train station. Very excited about that one. There is going to be above it a sulfuric acid stop with a sulfuric acid train. There is going to be a sulfur train that's also going to feed into the sulfuric acid. Then there's going to be a rocket fuel train. There is going to be a plastics train. And then there's going to be a crude oil train and a water train. So what we are going to be doing for the first part of today is building this thing out and turning it on, setting up all of our inputs, and then after that, we will never have to touch this refinery again until, like, the very late game, if I even decide that I want to stream late game Factorio. Which I might not. Factorio has some problems with being interesting to watch in the late game. Fascinating game to play, but not always fascinating game to watch. How do you guys have power? How are you doing this? Eh, I'm not gonna ask any questions. Chef is the guilders to drama streamer we want to see in the world? That's what I'm saying. I'm just following the money. Why are you here? Because you're not supposed to be like that. You're supposed to be like this. And then you're supposed to come over like this. No, you're not even supposed to do that. Oh, because I have to power you. I can do that, I guess, and that's fine. But I hate this connection. So let's have you do that instead. Okay, you're good. I'm also gonna need some tanks. Probably a lot more tanks than that. Train? No train. Grab some iron? No train. So the lube train only needs to be a 1-1. The lube train does not need to be that big. We're not going to be shipping that much. They're going to go here, and then let's go get some engines. We can actually start putting these trains down as well. I want to get everything lined up, then I don't have to touch it later. I don't have to deal with it later. So grab as many engines as you can carry. And then come back and fill with solid fuel, probably. You guys doing good on copper? Yeah, you're doing all right on copper. Are we making T2 assemblers? We are. We have 51. That's great. Are we making engines? We are. That's great. You're not. No, no, you are. It's just the blue sciences consumed. 1. 2. And a fluid wagon. The other thing we're probably going to have to contend with at some point today is biter attacks, because my radar network sucks right now. I don't know where anything is. And that's understandably a problem. You're all connected. So I need to bring you all the way up through here. You're never going to touch that. You go here, here, here. Copy the color over. Kind of want that to be a darker green, I think. Rather than green 170, why don't you give me like green 115? Yeah, I like that. And then I also need to wire you. So you are going to summon a train when lube is greater than 50,000. And in order to accomplish that, you're going to need 2 more tanks. Which are going to go here and here. And then into here. So we have enough buffer for 100,000 lube, and then we'll summon the train when you hit 50,000. Let's go get even more copper plates. This is going to be another tank car. What do you need for building right now? Oh, a bunch of stuff. 100 belts? Sure, have some of those. You're gonna need undergrounds, you're gonna need inserters. I'm gonna need more steel. You go here. Copy color from here. That's fine for sulfuric acid color. What else do you need? Pipes and underground pipes? Sure. You can go put those in. We're also going to need more sulfuric acid tanks here. So let's get those put in. And then give me 2 more of these, so I have buffer. You're going to go here and here. And I guess I can have you connect back into the pipe. Just to kind of complete the look of it. Yeah, that's fine. I'm still waiting, by the way. I don't know what you wanted me to wait about, but I'm still waiting. $32 chem plants? I have chem plants on me. 7 lamps? We're also going to need to tap so many new oil fields to run this thing as well. 2 big power poles? Sure. I don't know where you're taking them, but go nuts. Oh, to reach that loader. That makes sense. You can have some of these, you can have some of these, you can have one of these. Okay. What do you still need? 50 undergrounds, a bunch of steel, a couple splitters. No trains coming? What are you short on for splitters? Nothing. You can just handcraft 5 of them. You will need a little more iron, though. You need a lot of steel. And then grab your undergrounds. And grab a couple more above ground pipes, too, just in case. Give me like 3 of these, give me like 3 of these. You're still fine on belts, but maybe grab a couple extra. And then maybe a couple extra chem plants. Yeah, you still gotta build a ton of chem plants, man. Also, assembler queues. For the rocket fuel. Grab you. Grab you. Consuming that coal patch very slowly, but it's okay. The oil train has departed. He's going to get a refill. Alright, here's the rest of the splitters you ordered. Here's the rest of the steel crates you ordered. Here's the underground pipes you ordered. I'll go plug these in manually while you work. This is iron. So you actually don't need a train for that one. You already have a 141 iron train. And the 141 iron train is going to be the one that's making that route. Why can't you build that? Oh, it's an express. And these are express splitters. That's why you're mad. You can fix that. So that's the iron that is going to feed into the sulfuric acid production. And the only reason we can't summon that train right now is because this junction isn't done. So maybe we should just go and build that thing so we can start producing sulfuric acid. You're coming with me. Plug that in. I mean, not producing sulfuric acid because we actually need to, like, hook up water for that, but we can at least get the shipment coming in. Here is close enough. I'll give you your precious rails to work with. I'll give you your precious robots to work with. You're also going to need rail signals. 6 and 2. Get that taken care of. You're also going to need a ton of chem plants. I'll start you off with 80. You're probably also going to need a ton of belt. You're probably also going to need a ton of pipe. So get to work on that. There's the iron train coming in. Let's make sure this works. You're going to head down there and drop off. Oh, you're not powered. I can power you. I can. Is there anywhere that my poles line up nicely? No. But these are hooked up. So if I bring this across like this, and then I hate that. I hate that so much. You should just be big poles. Because then you reach all the way across this thing. Done. Then, we'll pull you up. Something like that. So that'll turn the iron on. Great news. Then if we continue this power line up, I hate that connection, but it'll do for now. And then this kind of works. It doesn't work. You want it to be in the middle. That way it can reach across the pipe manifold as well. And then that we just hate. It actually lines up here. We can do that. And that connects it. And then we can kill this. Because this is something that I don't. You come up to here. You come up to here. Sulfur plugged in. Sort of. The belt work isn't actually done. But I guess I can do the belt work now. The belt work is still not done. You also didn't do inserters. You're just lazy. There we go. So that's sulfur done. We still have to plug the train in. And then what's your problem up here? You still need 66 fast inserters. I can do you 51. You need 38 long-handed inserters. I don't even remember what those are for, but sure. 17 splitters. I can do you 5. Two tanks. Or you're gonna need way more than 2 tanks, actually, now that I look at it. How the hell was this supposed to work? I don't remember anything about that specific factory. Let me go make the sulfur train. And see if I can remember how that part was supposed to work. Because I think that was the part where I was like, I'm 20 minutes over when I wanted to end the stream. And I was just building very fast and not documenting anything. You only have 74 steel left. Grab some more of that. You only have 11 copper. Grab some more of that. You only have 45 iron. Grab some more of that. You need engines. You came over here to make trains, so you need engines. And you can just slurp them off of the belt here. You're gonna need, like, probably 3 stacks. We'll say 140. No, that is an odd number. We'll say... yeah, 8. That'll do. And then you also need more blue inserters, and you need more red inserters. Chem plants? No chem plants, surprisingly. But belt. You need belt, too. Alright. Supply run complete. Get back to the refinery. The sulfur train is going to be a... I think you said it was going to be a 1-1-1? That sounds about right. So you should just need that. Love to see the iron mine working. How's power doing? Dude, power's crushing it right now. Don't have to worry about a thing. We do need to circuit you up. Sulfur stacks to 50. So 50 times 48 is 2,400. When sulfur is greater than 2,400, this station turns on. Otherwise, it will not summon a train. Hold on, you're only doing 2 belts here, actually. What is this? You're only ever doing 2 belts of sulfur. So you need to come up with a joiner for your 4 inputs, is what you're saying. Which is literally just going to be a splitter. Yeah, it's just going to be that. Looks like it'll work fine. Sulfur, sulfur, sulfur. I think this one needs to be like a brighter yellow. Yeah, that looks kind of sulfury to me. It's not the same as the sulfuric acid train, right? It is the same. How about 200, 200? It's fine. I'll live with it. Alright, sulfur done. And then I guess let's work from the top. And finish these stations at the top. We're going to say that you are... Yeah, you're already 141 water. So I need more iron. No trains. We're chilling. We're fine. You're getting a lot more iron, actually. Should maybe steal like 4 furnaces worth. And they're all cooking, too. Dude, I love starting to watch the factory come alive, man. Things just working. Pollution just... Actually not much. The pollution not as bad as it used to be. I guess turning the steam boilers off really had a big effect. Not turning them off, but like scaling them down. Because we turned the second nuke on, which, speaking of, 23 and 22, we're chilling. Alright, give me one more of these. You're in the wrong spot. You need to move back one. Like here. Here and here. Something like that. Water, notably, is blue. But I want it to be like a really light blue. So let's say like 80, 170, 255. Oh yeah, water train, baby. 1, 2, 3, 4. You go down here. You go over here. This is going to be an unload station. And you're going to unload into tanks like this. Need 3 more of these. You're going to need a lot of medium electric poles. You could actually just start copy-pasting this, because you have the drone hub right there. Something like that, I think. And then you're going to run under here. And I don't really know where you're going to wind up yet, but we'll deal with that later. And then how do I power you? Like this. Yeah. Okay. And then we need to figure out where this water is supposed to come in, because we have not been keeping up with the pipelines. We really haven't been keeping up with the pipelines, Jesus. But the good news is that we don't really need to worry about it too much. Oil is close, water's far. Because we don't have to plug water into anything. Both water and oil are basically going to run unbroken to the top of the base at this point. Hate how that lines up. I guess we just won't line it up with the tracks at all. and we'll survive. And you'll go to here, but then this one is going to be offset by 1. Nerd? Extremely not wrong. One of the most not wrong things that you could say. But have you considered as a counterpoint that I have a cool factory? Have you thought about that? Do you have a cool factory, or are you like somebody who works for other people? Where like you go to work and somebody else tells you what to do? Couldn't be me. I go to work in my cool digital factory and people leave me alone. Also, hello Amanda. Welcome first time chatter, Muck Fanda. Hope you're having a nice night. Welcome to the stream. Really excited for you to join the community. The Chefians. Stop building power poles. I don't need these. So these need to be offset in like a weird and fucked up way. Seth didn't know I play Factorio. I have like catastrophic news for Seth. Not only do I play Factorio, I've played this shit for 2,052.6 hours. It is extremely close to being my most played Steam game over City Skylines. Now, is some of that idle time? Yeah, obviously, it's Factorio. Let's be real with ourselves. But a lot of it is not idle time. A lot of it is like time on task, video game time. This feels wrong. Why does this feel wrong? Why does it feel like you're so far apart? Because you're wrong. Because this shit is fucking wrong. What have I done? What? What the heck? Oh, they flipped the tank. They flipped the tanks. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I fucking hate this. I hate all this. Oh, I need to move the water station back 1. I'm gonna lose my mind. Drones? Jarvis, move this water station back by 1. Jarvis, cut and paste this man's water station. That'll do. You're 2,300 hours of Factorio? How much you play in Space Age, though? Because, like, I might catch you. Also, hey, as long as you're here, why did you manipulate the only do chef callouts, Dr. Chef, copy pasta in team chat? Why'd you take my name out of it? Why did you censor me? You think just because we have an unelected billionaire technocrat who pays other people to boost his account in PoE 2 and then brag about it on the internet that, like, rules don't apply anymore? Huh? Have I beaten SE? No, I've beaten Volcanus, I've beaten Fulgora, I've beaten Gleba. I never went to Aquila. I finished the first 3, and I was like, A, this shit fucking rules, and B, I decided I was going to play it on stream. So rather than beat the entire game and then start a stream and, like, beat the whole thing again, I was like, I'm just going to save it for stream. Oh, have I beaten Space? You mean the mod? No, I actually... You're gonna make me reveal some things about my 2,100 hour playtime that might be uncomfortable to you. I have never played modded Factorio. I didn't mod it even one time. All of my 2100 hours are vanilla. Unless you consider the clean concrete mod a mod. But I'm pretty sure you're talking about like overhaul mods only. You need 9 pumps? I just think vanilla Factorio is neat. Like, I can't explain it, but the amount of satisfaction that I feel from mining a copper patch until there's no more copper on the ground, and then picking up my copper mine and moving it somewhere else, where it can mine more copper until there's no copper in the ground. It's like... it satisfies me on like a very deep level. It scratches an itch that exists like in my lizard brain. It's deep in there. And honestly, again, like, you're gonna think I've lost my mind. I enjoy the process of emptying resource patches so much that I may actually just not research mining productivity this game to make it interesting. Infinite levels of mining productivity. I think I'm at like mining productivity 3 right now, but like I may just not do the infinite text for it. Oh, fuck you. I don't like 500-hour overhaul mods. I'm sure I would. The problem is that I just like base Factorio. Like, when I was a child in my youth, because now I'm an adult and I play adult video games, child me played a lot of, like, Minecraft, because that's a game for babies. It's not a game for grown-ups. And Minecraft, I almost exclusively played overhaul mods. I played, the core is gonna, like, I'm going to become extremely dated, so hold on. I played the mod that added quarries. That mod was good. I liked setting up a quarry and then like automating the resource outflow from my quarry. I liked the mod that had the forging table where you had to like make blueprints and you could make custom weapons. I liked the straight up conversion mods that would like add quest systems and stuff to Minecraft, but that's because I didn't find base game vanilla Minecraft a compelling video game experience after like hour 30. I was like, I found diamonds. Neat. I have diamond armor. I made a portal to the nether. Neat. This is cool. But like, I kind of feel like I've seen everything. So I turned to overhaul mods for that. But for Factorio, man, I'm like... The thing about Factorio is the factory has to expand. I don't know if you know this, but like... You can always just make it bigger. Just, like, make the thing large, man. So if that's how SE works, I'll check it out, but I'm just, like... Here's the thing where I would be like, I'll try an overhaul mod, right? If I ever got to the point in a normal Factorio game where my performance started to dip, where I started to lose UPS and I started to lose frames, that would be the point where I'm like, I have satisfied myself playing base Factorio, it's time to play overhauls. But I've never gotten to that point. The most, I haven't built like a scaled factory in Space Age yet. I think I built a factory that produced like maybe 1,000 science per minute, but like that's not that much in the grand scheme of things. In pre-Space Age Factorio, the last factory that I built was like 2,500 SPM. And that's the biggest factory I've ever built. So like, I'll watch Dosh build a machine that crawls to the end of the universe, or I'll watch his pre-Space Age Megabase game where he was doing like 12,000 science per minute, and I'm like, I'm gonna do that first, and then when I do that, I'll feel like I'm ready for the overhaul mods. Will this series turn into that? I don't know. I don't know when you join, but like the problem with streaming Factorio, thank you for the follow, by the way, thank you for the sub. Just don't interrupt me when I'm talking. The thing about streaming Factorio is that it's boring as shit in the end game. Because there's like not anything happening. You're watching a guy either A, plan a factory and be like, yes, I think I will put my next rack of 200 assembling machines here, and here's how I will do the belt weaving. Or you're watching somebody who has a blueprint book with like 400 blueprints in it who's just looking at the map, copying and pasting. And I don't think either of those are like particularly interesting experiences to watch. Like, I don't think people want to watch that. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But I don't feel like people want to watch that. So, I don't know, man. Like, I think a lot about content in general. And I feel like if I was ever going to pivot away from... What the fuck is this setup supposed to be? What are you... Why are you here? Did I really want to do a 1-4-1 plastic train? No, I want to do a 1-2-1 plastic train. Like, you're literally just in the wrong place. Come down here, and then you also come over here. If I ever wanted to pivot away from doing Guild Wars 2 stuff, or like do Guild Wars 2 stuff less and diversify my YouTube offerings, my YouTube selection, I think what I would probably do is, like, I watch a ton of Dosh Doshington, and I think Dosh is a brilliant creator, and I love the way he structures his videos. I would want to do stuff that looks like what Dosh does, but you know how there's like the YouTube trend of I spent one. I'll give you the thumbnail. You have to imagine the thumbnail in your mind, but it's I spent 100 days in open world survival crafting game with brackets around it, and the thumbnail is like on the left side. It's like day one noob, and it's like a piece of shit naked guy who has like a loincloth on. And then the right side is like day 100, and it's like guy who's in full metal armor, and there's like, you know, a bunch of tigers and shit at his feet. That's played out. That's over. Like, nobody gives a shit about that content anymore. It was flavor of the month. What people do care about, in my mind where I imagine being a successful content creator, is... and again, I'll give you the thumbnail and the title for the video because that's how I've been thinking about it. The title of the video is I beat Factorio, ... but I kept playing. And then the thumbnail is like a fucking Forge world from like Warhammer 40k. And the idea is, like, the conceit of the video is that it condenses all of the boring shit that you do in the middle of the game, and it just scales you directly to the point where you are building a factory that is like bigger than any factory that the average YouTube viewer has ever seen somebody make before. I think that's the plan. And it's not just a Factorio thing either. It's like, if I ever decided to stream Subnautica, which I might not. Subnautica also has a lot of Twitch viewership issues where it's like, it's interesting to watch somebody play Subnautica, but it's not an interesting process to watch the minutia of Subnautica being streamed. Like, nobody wants to watch you swim back to your base for 5 minutes because you forgot to take a drink of water. It's like, it's not interesting. And there's other interesting parts of Subnautica, which is kind of what makes it compelling, but there's some parts of that gameplay loop that are just fundamentally not interesting to watch. Fuck you. Anyway, this is going to take forever, because I didn't think about where my power poles were going to go. But you could do the same thing with Subnautica. It's like, I beat Subnautica, ... but I kept playing, and then it's like a base tour of this shit that you built that's just absolutely massive in the endgame. I feel like there's something to that idea, in terms of doing something interesting with content creation that people would want to watch, that would find interesting, that would be clickbaity enough to get people through the door, but would also be like, it's not something that a lot of other people do. A lot of other people are like, here's my first 100 days, here's like how fast I progressed. You look at people like, well, I guess that Spiffing Brit kind of does this, but his whole thing, or like, a better example is Josh from Let's Game It Out, where he'll do a video that's like, I broke this game, but it's always him starting from day one. and he walks through his progression of ideas, and he walks through like what his philosophy is, and that's fine. It's obviously a strategy that works because dude has like 15 million subscribers. But there's not a lot of people who start the video at the end of the gameplay loop. And I think that's the part that I find kind of interesting. I have no blue inserters. Yeah, you need some blue inserters, my guy. The point being, I could see a world where I play Space Age and I do that. Or Space Exploration, and I do that. I could see a world where I play Ultra Cube, and I do that. I could see a world where I play like Angel Bobs, and I do that. I could not see a world where I play Pyanodon and do that, because I've heard Pyanodon is like a 600-hour mod pack, and it's actually just like psychotic at that point, but... Or maybe it's not Pyanodon, but there's another mod pack out there for Factorio that's like... It takes you years to beat it, and that's like the goal. Yeah, is it Pyanodons? Am I thinking of it correctly? Pyanodons is the one that's like 500 hours or something like that. It's just a ludicrous number. I don't know that I would do that. Okay, yeah, Pi is the scary. But like, even when I'm not streaming games, I just... Playing a game until you become so advanced that you start to push up against the boundaries of like what the creator of the game expected you to do is interesting to me. So playing Factorio until the UPS starts to crater is interesting to me. That's the point where I would be like, I think I've done everything I can with base game, start showing me the conversion mods. The other one that's kind of sick, honestly, I forget what exactly the mod pack was, but it was the video that Dosh did with the exploding ore patches. I actually think just a mod pack that's like... honestly, this might just be Angel Bobs with like nothing else attached to it. But I think a more complicated ore sorting process would also just be really neat to run as like a pseudo-vanilla mod pack. Not necessarily the ore being everywhere, but having to deal with mixed ores and having to deal with ore byproducts and things like that. I think that could be fun. So you can live here. You can go here. You can get disconnected. This is plastic. Plastic stacks to 50. We're going to be 50 times 48 times 2. You need to summon a train when plastic is... Hello, plastic? When plastic is greater than 4,800. Otherwise, there's going to be nothing for a train to do when it stops here. You also need to be lily white. And then I need 2 train cars for you, and I need 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 engines. I need 6 more engines. Yeesh. Locomotives. Technically, I guess. Whatever. Get pedantic about it. See if I care. Can I type... Can I... No fucking shot. I can literally just type an equation in. That's crazy. I'm not surprised by it in the least. But that's insane technology. Yeah, I had no clue you could do that, and it doesn't surprise me at all to find that it exists. Oh, they added it in 2.0. That would be why I didn't know about it. Dude, that's awesome, man. Like, also, the Factorio dev team is just such a fascinating tale of game dev. Just the way that they've structured their product is not really an approach that you see anybody take in any studio, indie or otherwise. Come with me, please. If we're gonna have a live iron train coming into the station, I should probably signal it. If we're gonna have a train on the tracks, I should probably signal it. It almost makes me wonder, like, what a Kerbal Space Program would look like if Woob was developing it, or like what an Oxygen Not Included would look like if Woob was developing it. That's not to say that KSP1, note that I said 1 specifically, I'm not talking about 2, only 1. That's not to say that KSP1 is like a badly designed game, or that Oxygen Not Included is a badly designed game. I don't think either of them are badly designed, but I think both of them suffer from weird performance quirks or inconsistent cases of logic that by and large Factorio avoids because their devs are just so much more methodical. I don't need to build you. With their approach to how they've structured the game. I could have robots do this, but I'll give the robots a break. I can do some things by hand. Arundel's a prolific modder and they just hired him? Yeah. I mean, I also think that they have the ability to recognize talent that exists in their community. Guild Wars 2 could never. I'm just kidding. I think they've actually hired a lot of people out of the community now that I think about it. Like, I don't know, Roy, Cal. 2 people I can immediately think of. How tall am I? I'm 5'11", and you know that I'm not lying to you because no man who's like 5'11" would ever just say he's 5'11". He'd be like, I'm 6 foot. I'm 6 foot tall. No, man. I'm 5'11", and I think I'm like 5'11 and a half. But because I'm like an honest and kind person who has no ego, I just vibe with it, man. Like I'm not pressed. I have a wife. I love my wife. She doesn't care that I'm 5'11 and a half. She loves me for who I am. Let's move this down, because I don't need you up here anymore. That said, my wife is not home tonight. So we big chillin'. So wedding pictures? I did send you wedding pictures. I forgot about that. Yeah, Amanda knows. It's true. Someone in comments said it was Seth's long-lost brother. Is Seth also 5'11 and a half? Seth, do you also wear size 10 and a half wides? You also got them wide feet over there? Be honest. Let me see them feets. Just do not send me pictures of your feet. It's okay. I'd rather not. You good? Yeah, you're good. Are you good? What the hell is this belt? Oh, that's just the output. But, I mean, I guess I do never know when those might, like, be valuable. Could mint, like, an NFT out of them or something. You guys need undergrounds? I don't have undergrounds. I'll give you some more power poles. You want, like, some blue inserters? I don't even know what you need. What do you need? 6 undergrounds? I can make you 6 undergrounds. 17 splitters? I cannot make you 17 splitters, but I'll go get some more. Also, why is my... I'm gonna assume it's fine. Train? No train. Got like a little bit more iron. Grab a little bit more copper. I also need to go get engines, so we should probably just go back to the main base and get this last load of engines. And then I think this is the last trip I'm going to have to take out to the refinery before I just turn stuff on. But that said, turning stuff on is going to involve water station, coal station, expansion of the current crude oil station, and probably a second crude oil station. Because we are going to start drinking a lot of oil in this base when we turn this on. And then after that, probably pollution cloud patrol. And I would really like to do radar network expansion. We have to do radar network expansion before we leave the planet. It's not negotiable. It's something that has to happen. Because if we don't have an expanded radar network, we're not going to be able to drive the tank around and protect the borders. 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to need a little more steel. It's 6, right? Count again. You actually don't need... You don't need this one. Because you already have an oil train. So you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You only need 5, actually. Yeah, alright, that's fine. And then you also need extra steel. Am I tall enough to be considered long? I don't think so. I am above average height in the United States demographically, but I don't think that 50% of the population should be long. I think you, like, if you want somebody to say that you're long, I think you gotta be like 6'2", 6'3". If people look at you and don't feel compelled to ask you how the weather is up there, I don't think you're long. I forgot undergrounds, didn't you? You forgot undergrounds. Yep. How many steel chests do you need? 21? We gotta go find some trees. Oh, there's some right to the north. Also, this pipe can go. And this pipe can go after this point, because I don't need light oil up there. I only need to pull petroleum gas all the way to the top. Yeah, this shit doesn't even absorb pollution, so just get it all out of here. Let's say 30 is probably enough. You gotta go get more pipes, though, man. Because you still have to hook up that whole plastic refinery. Yeah, you're gonna have to go back to the base one more time. You get like 5 and 5. You have a lot of pipe work to do still. And then maybe set up a bunch of splitters, too, because you're gonna need them. And then I think you're fine. If you need iron or copper, you can just run over to the smelters. Copper patch is still going to last quite some time. I might want to refactor it to try and get more of the copper out of the ground. But I think as soon as I scale up like military production for science packs, I'm going to churn through that coal pretty quick at least. Alright, your pipe work is done. You're hooked up. Your pipe work is done. Your pipe work is not done. So let's do that now. You're going to run up like that. And then as soon as I give the drones the rest of the undergrounds, you'll be good to go. Take those, take some of those. You can also take some of these. You can take these and these. That should be most of what you need to get your job done. I hate that you have not preserved my poles. This is ugly. And I now have to fix it. I will have straight wires. We will not allow ourselves to fall to chaos like this. Because this is a relatively permanent installation. We're not going to have to rebuild this until, like, Aquilo. You are going to be the connector for that whole assembly. So all of that is on now. Good. You are only getting power by virtue of the robo port, so we need to connect you. And then you're powered, so I can disconnect you. And then I can run you up like this. Hit you with like one of these. It's really ugly, but I think for now it's going to be fine. What do you still need? 5 lights. 1. Do these last 4 while I wait for you. Plug this track in. Give me the last 4 lights. You're gonna need to get adjusted. And then let's pull you in. Perfect. Gonna need 2 of you and 2 of you. Pull this up here. You go here. You go here. Plug the trains in. This is going to be... This is going to be 111 rocket fuel. So we can at least do that. I feel like rocket fuel is going to be need to be like a gray. Give me like a 40, 40, 40. Give me like an 80, 80, 80. Looks too close to the oil train. Yeah, I can live with that. We'll go get a little bit more iron. No train coming. This is going to be coal. The coal is going to be a 141 for sure, because that's going to be a high volume train coming out of mines. Yeah, 141 coal drop off. You're also probably going to be black. There's just nothing to be done about it. You... Rocket fuel stacks to 50 in space age. It used to only stack to 20, but now it's 50, I think. Stack size 20. Okay, fine. Greater than 20 times 48. Coal is 50. You're not even wired yet. No, actually, you're gonna have a power pole there. You might as well. Coal greater than 50 times 48 times 4. Wait, you're a pickup. No, it's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, everything comes down to how much the train can hold. That's fine. We need a couple more splitters. We need to carry power through to the chem plants. There's nowhere to do that in the unloading, so we can just do it at the end. You're actually not connected. Now you are. And then if we pull you back, we pull you right up to the rail, and then we have you jump under the rail. That'll look relatively even. We also need to slide you back a little bit. Go here. And then we gotta plug all this shit in. Which shouldn't be that bad. Because we can get a bunch of it to just run down the middle. I'll call this up with underground. Do something a little fun with this one. This also needs to be fixed. You're going to come out here, and then you're just going to run all the way over here. Something like that. Then you're going to go underground up here. To here. Put the plastic train cars in. Put the locomotive on the empty oil train. Did you do circuit conditions for the oil stop? No. For the plastic stop? Yes. I'd really love to have 2 more tanks here, but instead it's going to be summon a train when crude oil is less than 50,000 times 4. This is a loading stop. That's fine. This is an unloading stop, though. So this is actually when coal is less than 9,600. How many of these are unloading stops and I just forgot? Those are both loading. This is loading. This is unloading, but it's set correctly. It's only, yeah, it's only the coal. And it's also going to be the water, but the water's not hooked up yet. You can also do 50k times 4. That's... Alright, we'll try it. That almost makes me feel dirty. Hook you up. This is if water is less than 50k times 4. That's wild. Okay, so what am I forgetting in this refinery right now? You're forgetting to hook up the water, for one. This doesn't even go anywhere. So I'd say that's probably an issue. that you should resolve. You're forgetting to fuel all of the trains. That's an issue that needs to be resolved, and you need to clear your inventory out to do that. But other than that, I think it's ready to turn on. I think. I don't think anything in there is so catastrophically broken. If I bothered with the interrupt system, not on this game yet, but I did on the other one. The obstacle to setting up interrupts right now is that I have an automated train refueling. But now that I have a rocket fuel factory, I will be able to build a refueling station, and I'll set all the interrupts up. So we're gonna have we're doing double headers on all trains. Just like it's so much easier to manage logistically, even though aesthetically I think 1X trains are better. Like looking, it's so much easier to manage logistics for a 1X1. So we're gonna do 1-1-1s, 1-2-1s, and 1-4-1s, and I'm just gonna build the one big refueling station that ships in rocket fuel and then has 3 stops for the 1-1-1, 1-2-1, and 1-4-1. What did I come here for? What did I come here for? Rocket fuel. You needed fuel. Okay. Yeah, so we'll set up the interrupts for that. I mean, ideally, I never bothered doing this. The first Space Age game that I played, I didn't automate everything before I left Nauvis. I didn't even have like a logistics system set up on Nauvis before I left. And it was doable, like I was fine, but it was annoying. So I'm gonna automate everything that I can before I leave this time. It's just gonna be like if we get stranded on Volcana's doing something, then we won't have to worry about it. And the other thing that I did in the single player or the non-stream game that I was doing is I went to every planet with nothing. I brought my power armor and I brought 40 personal construction bots, and that was it. But I built every planet's the research chain from that planet without dropping in like 1,000 resources. So I'm definitely going to do that again because it was really fun. It forces you to interact with the mechanics on the planets, and most of the appeal of Space Age for me in the first place was the way that each planet turns some different design element of Factorio on its head. And I don't feel like just skipping that with like drop potting stuff in. It's like, why? So why do I... What happened here? What happened? Gleba hits different when you have to deal with the bacteria cultivation instead of shipping in the plates. Honestly, I felt more achievement building my first rocket silo on Gleba so that I could actually start shipping things into the planet than I did... Where the hell is this hair? Oh, here you go. God, sorry. I felt more achievement building my first rocket platform on Gleba with Gleba-sourced materials than anything else I've done in Factorio. Now, once I built that first rocket platform, did I immediately ship down like 500 personal logistics bots and like 30 roboports so I could automate fucking seed delivery to my orchards? Yes. I did. Was it better afterwards? Yes, 100%. But, like, there's so much shit on Gleba that you don't have to interact with if you don't want to. Which is a shame, because the more time I spend on Gleba, the more I think it's actually the most interesting of the 3 first planets. Volcanus is like, oh, whatever, fluid pipes. Like, you've done that before. It just so happens that your fluid pipes now have, like, metal in them instead of liquid. Okay, sure. Fulgora is like, hey, you ever built a logistics drone network before? Because if not, you're gonna learn. But Gleba is like... Gleba changes the way that you think about ratios. And I think that ratios and like building something with optimal ratio is overvalued in a lot of the Factorio community, where you're like, oh, I need 48 smelters on a rack because that's optimal ratio, and I need to consume exactly as much as I produce because that's optimal ratio. Like otherwise I'm just wasting pollution or I'm wasting electricity. And Gleb was just like, fucking make it. And if there's leftover, fucking burn it. And that's it. That's it. Like, that's as simple and as complex as Gleba is. But it trains you to play Factorio in a way that, like, only bad players play it. It's not, like, not to be rude, but it's like, I think there's a lot of people who come from the perspective of building, like, ratio correct blueprinted megabases and succeeding, who got to Gleba and are like, now what the fuck, man? Like, I'm trying to build my ratio perfect bacteria lab, and it keeps breaking because I've never really had to think about the idea of like a cold start switch or like a backup plan before. Gleba rocks, man. I do like maybe I've poked around at a couple mods, and this isn't like a total conversion mod, but I did play around a little bit with the mod that let you start on any planet. And I think it would be really interesting to start on Gleba. I haven't done it yet, but I think it would be really interesting. Yeah, Fulgora did that a little bit, but like, it was just that one trick. It was like, if you can figure out that you can void an item in a recycler, you're good to go. Once you've solved that puzzle, I mean, I'll show you my Fulgora base on my main file. It is one enormous circuit condition that just says, like, do you have too many of these? If you do, crush it. And if you don't have enough of it, make it. And that's it. And that's Fulgora. And I love Fulgora because it's like a giant gotcha machine. I think Fulgora is probably my favorite planet, like, outside of Gleba. But, yeah. You didn't even consider that items could be voided because you were so set on not wasting anything. I've thought about whether it would be possible to have a no wastage Fulgora base, and I don't actually think it's possible. Unless you set up Fulgora to ship to other planets. And in that case, I think you could, and it would actually be kind of neat. Like if you turn Fulgora into your main trade platform, and everything that was excess on Fulgora you just shot up into a rocket into space and took somewhere else. Because you could set up the logistic why am I blanking on the word? Conditions. You could set up the logistic conditions for that. You could be like, hey, compare between Fulgora and Volcanus and... Or compare between Volcanus, Gleba, Aquilo, and Nauvis. Which one has the least concrete? Dump concrete there, and then when it arrives, it goes through some kind of like logistic sorting system or priority splitter that has Fulgora stuff feed in before other stuff feeds in. So, you could, I guess. I don't know. I would be, since I've already played through Volcanus and Fulgora and Gleba before, I'm down for, like, challenge run ideas when we get to each of those planets on stream. I don't immediately have an idea for what a challenge run on Volcanus would be, or what a challenge run on Gleba would be. Although, given how hard Gleba was the first time, I would be perfectly fine with the Gleba run just being don't ship anything in. I think that's actually just kind of an interesting Gleba challenge by itself, and I would be willing to just do it a second time. But I could totally do like a never void any resource on Fulgora challenge. I'm down for that. 2 more trips, by the way, and then we get to go back to doing interesting things again. How's Pollution Cloud looking? Pollution Cloud very small. The base does not produce much right now because everything is gated on copper. And we're only producing like 10 copper a minute. So the Pollution Cloud is definitely relaxing a bit right now. Hello, Iron Train. Lovely to see you. But as soon as we're done with the oil refinery, and we build a green circuit factory, and we build a red circuit factory, and then we build like the mall and the science factories, and this thing kicks back on, oh baby. We're gonna need to remote drive a tank on one side of the map, but we drive an actual tank on the other side. Train? No train. Alright, last trip. And then where am I actually going to get water from? So I could put like a water station up here. I don't just want to grab it out of this lake. I want it to feel like a little more realistic. Like we're not pulling enormous amounts of water out of a tiny puddle in the ground. We could also put it like right here and just split off of that spur down there. That might actually be a better place for it. It'll also run me through a forest so I can grab some extra wood. Iron Train is coming. Iron Train doesn't make this turn. You're fine to walk across it. So we need to set up water mine. We need to set up second, probably third oil mine. We need to set up coal mine. And I think that'll put me at around 2 a.m. and then that's probably when we'll be done. No train coming. Alright. Let's go grab a little bit of track out of the base. And then how much water do we need for this thing anyway? Sulfuric acid is going to use 400. Cracking is going to use 16 times 15. 240 plus 15 times 56. 1080 plus 10 times 60, 600. So we're gonna need like 2,000 water per second, maybe 2,500 to be safe. That will require, we'll say 3 offshore pumps. We'll just err on the side of caution because we might use water in other things. We're going to need water for explosives, for example. So we're going to need 3 offshore pumps. The water train is a 141. We're going to need 12 pumps. We're going to need to grab some engines. And then we're going to need... I would like 10 tanks. Because then I have a little bit of overflow. And actually, I'm going to grab a couple extra tanks. Because currently the oil tanks don't have a buffer. Yeah, have a good one. The Factorio streams from the past are also going up on the VODs channel, if you wanted something to just run in the background. I will probably be uploading the second and third ones after I'm done with stream for tonight, and then those release once per day. I think this is like stream 4 of Factorio, maybe stream 5. So, if you wanted to idle your way through the backlog because you just want something on while you're working on other stuff, you are welcome to check it out. And other stuff that I've played that might be in your wheelhouse. But I will catch you around maybe this weekend for Def Raid, otherwise Tuesday, Wednesday if you want to stop by with us for KMT. Have a good rest of your night, though. I should take the car for this. We're going to be going a ways. You didn't grab engines either. That's true. That's true. That's pretty true. You can also get rid of the stone brick in your inventory. No, you need engines. You need your car. Get your car, get engines. Drive south. Make an oil plant. None of these refineries are hooked up. What are you doing down here? Get it together, man. Alright, you craft for a bit. I'll get the car. I'll deal with that later. Get injured. Gun it. Okay. So we're definitely going to want to carry this past here. But about here is where the turnoff is going to be. We want 3 AU. We want to clear a little bit of space. And then we can do a little bit of decoration down here as well. Like that. I'll put some more in over there. Give me my 3 offshores. 1, 2, 3. You're going to come through like this. You're going to feed into a tank. Let's say like that. You're going to feed into a pump like that. That lines up perfectly. So let's find out where the station is going to go. Station goes there. You are going to be 141 water drop off, but you're going to be water pickup. The pumps are going to go here, here, here. Actually, hold on. You can just copy paste. Take all of this. Bring it down here. You're Reverse all these pumps. Run track along here. Get these trees out of the way. Copy your Omni junction. You actually blueprinted the Omni junction. So the Omni junction would go like this. Excuse you. Dry trees in the way? Won't ever tell me that. Okay, you connect here. You loop around to here. You loop around to here. You will loop around to here, but this portion of the track is going to be unused for a while. You will loop around to here. But that portion of the track will be unused for a while, and then you're going to come up like this. And we're going to hope that we brought enough track. We did. Just barely. That said, you need more copper, and you also need to get your pumps, but you do have enough tanks. We can put tanks in. Here, here, here. You have enough pipe on you to lay this out. Start filling this up. You can run all this pipe. These are wrong. It's actually one over. I was wondering why that looked weird. You're supposed to be like that. That looks more sane. You go like this. Connect you to the station. We're just going to invert this. Yeah, you just invert that. And then we got to go get pumps. And copper, because we need to put the signals in. And we need to go hook the power lines up to the refinery. And the water train is going to be coming very soon because we just turned that station on, so do not drive on the tracks on the way back. Tracks are danger right now. No, they're not, because you didn't give the water train instructions yet. It doesn't actually know where it's supposed to go. You're fine. We can tidy this copper patch up a bit. Let me in. Put the rest of these in here, just to be ready to go. And then give me copper plate. No trains coming. And give me engine. "12 engine to be specific. And then like a lot of copper plate, because I need to build a bunch of these. Which is also going to take iron. About that should be good. There's pump stone. If you're getting anything else, I don't think so. That power pole can go. You're unnecessary. And I think I'll just ride the water train down. We'll go set the commands up and we'll hop in. After we fix this. Get on it. Thank you. Alright, water train. You are going to go to water pickup. You are going to fill your cargo. You are going to go to water drop-off. You are going to empty your cargo. You are going to do that automatically. Why do you not want to go? Because you're only at 150k. Okay, I'm going to have you go there manually anyway. You can't because the station's off. I am going to drive you there manually. That feels like I forgot to hook up a pair of tanks. So, manual. That's the wrong way. Nah, it doesn't matter. Still just hope there's nothing coming the other way. I think we're fine. Let's drive down the wrong side of the train track, so it could possibly go wrong. And then up here, you're going to make a turn. Said you're going to make a turn. So why is this 150? 50, 100, 150, 200. Why are you only reading? Oh, because I didn't hook up the last two tanks. It's actually a circuit problem. Now it shows 200, right? Yes. But as with the oil, we want to stick a pair of tanks. Well, we just stick one more tank on the end, honestly. Do something like that. And then it should read like 225, and 225 will be greater than 200, so the train will summon itself. You're going to go automatic. You're going to go to water drop-off. You're going to go to water pickup. We're going to hook you up with pumps. And that's going to be your job done. Because as soon as we hook the power up, they'll turn on. I'm seeing the conundrum here. We can go like this, and then we could go like that. And I think those are kind of even. And then you can jump the tracks here. And then you can jump the tracks here. I guess I don't need to do that. I don't know. I'll probably just end up running big electric poles down the middle eventually. But for now, we'll just do this. Where the hell do I plug you in? I guess I have to plug you in at the oil pump. This electricity grid is a nightmare. Alright, so that should allow you to fill up. You are filling up. That is water done. We will catch it on the way back home by waiting right here. It is on the way. Stick out your hand and go. And stop. Fuck. On the left side. Oh, I thought I'd get out on the right side. Well, good thing we're not playing hardcore. Unlucky. Let's go get our shit. You can have these useless bullets to me. Here you go. Yeah. I'll go get character corpse. You don't have to remind me. So note to self, don't hold left or right when you get off of a train. Because sometimes bad stuff happens. And why are you waiting up there? Oh, because I didn't finish signaling your stops. Duh. There. Something like that should take care of it. Okay. Can't actually get in there. I have to go through the top. It's not the easiest refinery to navigate in the world. And honestly, I could just have drones do it. So I will. Here, you guys take these. And then, take like this. Put it here. Oh, because you have to get rid of the small electric poles. So something like that. And then I'm going to need to use ghosts to put in the new poles. You can do from the map with Shift Q. We'll do it RTS style. Alright, you guys go work on that. Thank you. I will go work on this. That should be you hooked up. Yeah, no more blinking. We don't have any power warnings. Good. We need to go fix the signaling on the station tracks. And then we can see if water is getting everywhere water needs to go. That should allow you to come in. Yep, good. You pull in there. You unload. This pipe gets filled with water. It is not correctly flowing into sulfur. It is, it is, it is. It is. Okay, it's just that one rack. It is correctly flowing into sulfuric acid. It is not correctly flowing into cracking. And that's because I forgot to mirror the cracking plants. So we need to mirror all of these guys. I think I can do this right. Yeah. And you're correctly getting water, and you're correctly getting water. You are not correctly getting water, and that's because there's a pipe problem down here. Fixed. And you are correctly getting water. Alright, so water is good. The next thing I want to do is set up crude oil to use a 141 instead of a 111. So let's go talk to the oil train. And I think this is the point where we turn off the old refinery. I don't think we actively need anything you're producing. I'll switch you to manual just because I don't want you to leave before I'm ready. We're going to need 9 more pumps, and we're going to need 6 more tanks. And that should be fine. So you get killed. Oh, you're still running off a coal. I can't have that. We need to switch you over to a better fuel. There you guys go. Right, we will have you run off of solid fuel. And then we need a little extra iron as well to build the 3 more tank cars you're going to need. We're still fine on tanks. You go here. Here. And here. And then here. Copy, paste. Fuel. And all I need to do for you is instead of going to 111, actually I want you to unload first. Good, you're empty. I want you to go to 141. Oh, there's not going to be a 141. So go to 111 oil pickup. Go to 141 oil drop off. Just go now. Your weight condition is going to be full cargo, which can't happen. Because you have 4 cars and it can only touch 1. But while you're working, I can go about setting up the rest of this. So you are going to go here. You are going to go here, and you're going to go here. We'll hook all of you up. These tanks are going to pass oil to each other like that. No, actually they're not. We'll do it from the other side. Like this. Hook the power poles up. Connect you. Good. So you are now fully set up to be 141. Crude oil pickup. And your circuit condition is also going to change. It's going to be 50,000 times 4. And that's going to take a while, so we're just going to drive away. Because I want to see it unloaded. And then later it can go back and it can pick some more oil up. And it can actually fill up. But that oil reserve is not going to be enough. So we're going to need to tap this. I would love to tap these. I thought there was one over here too somewhere. I would love to tap that one probably. What's your problem? Oh, right, I built an oil drain already. Yeah, guess what? I don't need you. You're gonna need somewhere to put that solid fuel, though. Now you can come in. Unload your crude. Crude is going to flow all the way down to the refinery. You can probably tell. Okay, refineries are running. Because all of our steam turbines kicked on. We're producing sulfur. Great. Not producing sulfuric acid yet. Expected. Producing lube. Great. We're not going to be cracking yet. Expected. And all of our refineries are running. Love it. So that's going to make a ton of pollution. We're going to need to clear that nest out, and probably also that nest, and there might also be shit out here that's expanded that we just don't know about. Actually, hang on. I think that's fine. Although, why is the uranium running so often? Weird. Okay. So the last thing we need to do is set up coal. That's probably going to be the coal patch that we tap. Although we could tap that one as well. But I'm actually looking at the map a little skittish about how we really haven't looked in our pollution cloud for a while. So I'm going to go do a circle of our... I'm going to go do a tour of the pollution cloud. Take a look for any potential interlopers. And then that's probably where we're going to be done, because a coal station is going to take me like 10 minutes to set up. And it's pushing 2 a.m. So, if I have time to stream this weekend, we will continue this. Otherwise, we'll pick up with some Factorio on Tuesday, after regularly scheduled World vs. World. But for now, let's go take a peek at what's going on in the periphery of our pollution cloud right now. This thing is so slow on sand. Yeah, what up? A little short. Evolution factor is definitely picking up, because we don't even come close to killing these nests with one cannon shot anymore. We're in solid 2-shot territory. Which maybe means it's time to start thinking about uranium cannon shells. Which means it's probably time to start thinking about like production science. Actually, I should just be able to see, is any absorption happening? No, but I'm still going to go a little further out, because our pollution cloud's about to get a lot bigger. Take me out like this way. This could potentially be a choke point. I don't know how big this lake is to the south, but the lake to the north is big enough that it would be worth it. Hello. Leave these downs. Done. There's one more down here. That's a long way from my cloud. I don't think I need to worry about that. I think that I can safely ignore. But also, holy shit, is this desert big. We have seen absolutely no sign of any other biome. Which is neat, because like I'm having to think about my pollution more than I have in probably any other Factorio game I've played. I guess that's it. I don't have any other thoughts besides that. It's neat. It's neat being in a desert, interfacing with game mechanics, instead of dealing with your first biter attack at like hour 4. Let's go check this coal patch out in case we do decide to tap that. Make sure nobody's moved into this neighborhood. There's also an oil patch down there. Take a look at that. Oil field's fine. Coal patch is fine. So let's skim up this way. But other than that, I think we're in good shape. It does not look like there's really been much migration in. Which is good. Less time away from the factory. Should probably kill you, though. Let's get these guys off my tail. And get these guys off my tail. And then call that done. Alright, so pollution cloud for now looks sustainable. My radar coverage is still a pretty major issue, and that's something that I would really like to work on soon. Just so that I can actually have visibility over the places where we're at risk of getting attacked. But I am content to call a 90% operational refinery a good stopping point for the night. So we're going to get back to base, we're going to hop out the tank, and that is where we are going to close up shop for today. And steel mine is running a little low. I might need to think about tapping a new... Well, not tapping a new iron patch, because we just have the 141 iron train. But, yeah, I guess tapping a new iron patch. And then building a steel furnace to go along with the copper furnace and the iron furnace. Things to do for next time. But for now, I think that's where I'm going to call it. We are getting very close to being able to rip down this factory and replace it with something better, which is a very exciting time, because I think we're bumping up against the limits and patience of handcrafting and wandering around on foot. So we're going to wrap up refinery, and we're really going to start to move towards some train-based logistics and eventually automation, with an eye towards getting into space, probably within the next couple episodes. So if you want to know when that's going to happen, I've got a Discord. There are pings that you can get for when I'm going to be going live. There's a VODs channel if you want to catch up on stuff that we've done in the past. And if you were here for Guild Wars content and you stuck around for Factorio, you should check out my YouTube channel, where I do edited, curated videos about the state of the world versus world game mode, builds, guides, patch reviews, all that kind of stuff. Hope you guys have a good Friday. If I stream over the weekend, I will see you around. My schedule is a little light, so I think I might be able to, but things are always kind of uncertain. If not, I will see you on Tuesday for World vs. World in Factorio after. But until then, take care. Have a good rest of your night.